there is so much information that it's difficult to condense it into meaningful discussion. So I will open it up for questions with regard to some of these funds. RDOF being an important one, and the shouldn't ignore the $1 billion that the NTIA announced yesterday is available to the tribes. I mean, that was on the radar. I think that yesterday some of the final rules and were revealed. So yesterday did mark the opening of those grant applications, though we knew some of the details in advance. And again, the RDOF, Rural Digital Opportunity Fund, we are vetting the RDOF winners within Mendocino County. And yesterday, more information about the CPUC's Kicker Fund, which augments those regions and their programs, was revealed and made available. So with that.
Can I interject there? In that
absolutely,
case,
please.
The Kicker Funds, Frontier applied for it. Etheric Networks, another RDOF winner in Mendocino, applied for it. And the other company, LT Broadband, apparently did not apply for Kicker Funds. So the third applicant for Kicker Funds is an LLC based in Washington, D.C. that has a focus on Riverside County only. So that seems to be the status of the, and yesterday was the due date for making those applications.
And it should be underscored that these grants are zero sum. The tendency is that the funders don't want to duplicate areas. So where RDOF funds become available for regions of Mendocino County, we need to amend our CASIF applications because they're exclusive. Just when we think about all of these grant opportunities, there are challenges to what we apply to and how it affects what we have already applied to. We have the three plans that are making the effort to connect with underground fiber optics the nearly 9,000 households in Mendocino County. And grant funds will tend to subsidize those households individually. And I think the trend going forward might be that redundant services will be funded, but in the current environment, it is an either or proposition. And perhaps Keith and Tom and others might want to elaborate on that further. Or not. General questions on federal grants? Hearing none. Here's another slide. Again, here's the NTIA broadband grants and the $1 billion to expand on tribal lands, as well as some brief details about the American Rescue Plan and the Emergency Connectivity Plan. And so if I haven't lost my place, next would be Sonoma County and regional broadband activities. And I see that Mike Nichols has added the Sonoma County's broadband speed test to the chat. With that, if Mike has something to say, I would love to hear from you.
No, I have no further comments other than the fact that this is the 10th anniversary of my first BAMC meeting. As a matter of fact, Jim Moorhead invited me up in 2011 to start participating, and Mendocino County was leading at that time the broadband effort in Northern California. We were part of a different consortia at that time. We were part of a different consortia at that time, and we got our heads together, and 2 years following that, we're able to join up with the North Bay North Coast Broadband Consortium, right, Jim?
Yeah, congratulations, Mike.
Thank you, Jim.
You got more gray
Well, we
hair
thank
than you
you.
used to have.
I have a lot more gray hair. That concludes my report.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very good. Thank you, Mike. Much appreciated. And we have time, but the agenda item would be final comments and future agenda items. Anyone care to make some comments or suggest ways in which we can improve these meetings and topics that we should additionally include going forward?
I think you need to get somebody from the health industry. Yeah, I think the value of has grown with BAMC, with your various groups, your emergency services, education, the executive office. These are pretty robust meetings, and I know that Supervisor Williams talked the last time about the health system, and so a representative from that group becoming part of your quarterly meetings, I think would be very useful.
Adventist
Thank you.
Health has shown interest in recent weeks. They're looking at blue zones and more telemedicine, and they're identifying broadband as one of the weak links. And so I would echo what Tom said. We should try to get them at the table.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I did have a lengthy conversation with Jessica Grinberg, and she sent an invitation. She had indicated that she could join and would have served that purpose, but as it was, something must have come up. We could do further outreach to other providers, and
Well,
it will be done. I appreciate it.
Need to get involved.
Yes, and we had somebody that was going to attend this meeting. I'll do more concerted outreach. Thanks. Thank you all so very much. I always appreciate what everyone brings to the table. It's been a very productive meeting.
And
Any
just to
additional final
mention,
comment?
Jeff, just to mention, Jeff takes literally hours after this meeting to chunk up this video into bite-sized morsels that we post online. And we're going to do a more concerted effort at the public outreach part of it too, showing people where they can go find this information. So thank you, Jeff.
Thank you, Kathy. Appreciate the wrap up. I'll hand it back to you to see whether there are any additional questions for the group and let you.
I don't think, I didn't hear any other closing comments or questions. Again, thank you all for your time this morning, and please look for our email summary of this meeting and the YouTube links, and we'll be working on the meeting suggestion about building this human network of outreach to get the information out to the public. So thank you all. Have a wonderful Friday and enjoy your weekend, and hopefully you're not stuck in the hot weather.
Thank you, Kathy. And the next meeting is Friday, September 3rd, 2021.
Great.
Much appreciated. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Have a great day. Take care. Meeting adjourned. Best regards.